Good morning to you. I've been thinking about binaries, how we love to split things into either or, good, bad, right, wrong, success, failure, body, mind, happy, sad, on and on. We split things into nicely manageable binaries. Yes, no, do, don't do. And we sometimes live by those binaries. I was talking to one of my coaching clients yesterday, and she was talking about how she had engaged in some activity as part of the process of change that she's going through. And then she found that she stopped doing it because she wasn't sure if it was the right thing, if it was leading in the right direction. Right, wrong, as if there was somehow a right and a wrong. This is a fiction. Binaries are a fiction. They are a model we impose on the world to try to make sense of it. I don't even like the idea of spectrum, that there is a spectrum between right and wrong, good and bad, success and failure, because that suggests that there is good and there is bad. There's just a lot of stuff in between. That there's success and there's failure and there's stuff in between. I don't even like the idea of a spectrum. I think we need to be a little bit more sophisticated in our thinking and understand that what good means and what bad means and what success and failure mean and what right and wrong mean and happy and sad depend on context. Context is everything. Something that is good in one context is not good in another context. Is success always? Is it success if you make a really successful business and you're earning masses of money and you die of a heart attack at 47 before you've had a chance to enjoy it, then you're that money? Were you successful? You run a business and you're making lots of money, but your customers think you're a rip-off merchant, and the people you work with think that you're a nasty little piece of work, and your family can't stand you. Are you a success? Context is all. So I don't even like the idea of spectrums. I think we need to understand the context that we are in or trying to achieve before we can start defining what's good, what's bad, what's success, what's failure, and therefore making decisions. There's an old Zen Buddhist koan, which I like a lot. There's a farmer and he's been farming for many years, and one day his horse runs away. And his neighbors come to him and say, that's such a shame. And he goes, maybe. And the next day, the horse comes back, and not only does the horse come back, but 3 wild horses follow that horse. And his neighbors come and say, you're so lucky. And he goes, maybe. The next day, his son gets on one of the wild horses to try to ride it and is thrown off and breaks his leg badly. His neighbors go, you're so unlucky. He goes, maybe. And then the next day, the army come through, a war has been declared, and they sign up all the men in the village except the farmer's son because he has a broken leg. And the neighbors say, you're so lucky. And he says, maybe. And what the koan talks about with such intelligence is that lucky, unlucky, good, bad, success, failure, happy, sad, all depend on context. Yeah, of course, binaries are useful. Sometimes you have to make a decision. Do it, don't do it. Yes, no, this, that. We use the fiction of binaries to help us become active. But never forget that they are a fiction. Binaries are a way of seeing the world that we impose. Sometimes they're useful. But if you start looking at the world and you think there's only 2 choices, it's only I can't do this because I'm not going to be successful. This will make me a failure. This is good. This is bad. Then you limit your possibilities and you limit your ability to celebrate your unique way of responding to your life. Context is all. And how do we really understand context? You get present with it. Is this conversation going well or badly? Get present with it. My business, is it a success or a failure? Get present with yourself and say, how deep down beyond the ideas, how do I really feel? What's the texture of the life I have created for myself? The heart of understanding context is presence. Become present, understand context, and then impose the choice. Yes, no, this, that, this path, that path. Act, don't act. Change, stay the same. Binaries, they're fictions. Lovely fictions, but fictions nonetheless. So whatever happens to you today, whatever happens to you today, experience it. Try to find the joy in it and understand that nothing is only as it initially seems. Have a really wonderful Friday, my friends.